taking risk. That's the categorical assertion from the company's Chief Strategy Officer, Rishad Premji. He also revealed Wipro's growth blueprint. Going forward, the company will continue, of course, with its traditional business and will also parallelly augment its digital vertical function and virtually run two parallel organizations. Here's Rishad Premji.
You have to move into different areas, right? So we, at our core, are still a services company, and we're going to be a services and solutions company. But traditionally, we were providing monoline services in certain areas of technology. We now have to move to leverage IP, leverage capabilities that exist outside the organization, and take chances. You know, I think it's okay to try things and fail, but move quickly.
But the market doesn't like that.
But that's the,
How do you deal with that? How do you manage investor expectations?
I'm personally a big believer. Ultimately, you have to service stakeholders and not shareholders. And it's a fundamental difference, but I think there's a difference in mindset, which people who really want to believe in the company, in any company, for the long term. And you've got to be very transparent and articulate in terms of, what are the short-term risks, but what are you trying to build over the long term, which may or may not pay off. Right? You can't commit to anything, but I think you've got to be bold and try.
So what are the long-term bets that you're willing to risk at this point in time?
No, so this whole thing of a parallel organization, which is a change organization, right? Which is focused much more on building a much stronger digital story. We've got to work much, much more closely with things that are happening outside the company. So we've set up a fund and working with startups, which are small mom-and-pop shops, and we would never have considered working with them.
Do you believe that it's easier today to buy yourself out of being disrupted? Is M&A really going to, in that sense, be the ship that you're going to have to hold on to buy yourself out of being disrupted?
I mean, I think it's an execution element of strategy. It isn't the only element, right? To me, it's a form of execution, right? And certainly it is a lever that is accessible to all companies, and something I think you should leverage, and we will leverage that as well. But I think it's also important to drive certain elements organically as well, to build sort of belief in certain new ideas inside the core ship as well, while you're trying to sort of accelerate speed.
How hard has that been, trying to convince the insiders?
No, I think, so you have people who are on the bus, and then you have people who are not on the bus. And I think identifying as leadership,
is the bus half empty or half full today?
Well, I'm hoping it's half full, right? Or more than half full. But I think that's the mindset of people you have to look for, who are not afraid of being bold and taking chances. And it's a very fuzzy line. I mean, there are no rights and wrongs. It plays out with bumps. But I think that the bottom line is you've got to try.
So that's Rishad Premji saying not averse to risk, especially when it also comes to inorganic growth. With that, time for a short commercial break. On the other side,